If you've watched until this far, it's a good indication to me that you're enjoying these lessons. So I would like to just encourage you to subscribe to my YouTube channel so that you are notified of future uploads. Okay, so guys, let's now move to a question 1.1.3, and this question is allocated 4 marks. So guys, it's a good indication that this question is not that much complicated. We just need to take a deep breath and apply the basics. So guys, I've just done a lesson yesterday where I was teaching, not yesterday, but today at I think that lesson premiered at 1 o'clock, where I was teaching basic rules. So the rule, I'm actually applying the same rules to this question. So I would advise you to just check out that video. I posted it today. It premiered today at 1 o'clock. So you can just check it out before you check this video. So otherwise, if there's somewhere you don't understand where I solve for these questions, you can just check it out. You'll be able to notice how I apply those basic rules to these questions. So now, guys, we've got 2 to the exponent x square root of x, which is equals to 2 to the exponent 27. Okay, so guys, I want you to actually notice something. I want you to notice something, guys. Can you see the bases are the same, right? The bases are the same. So you know if the bases are the same, you can just drop those bases, and then from there you can work out the exponents. But otherwise, we can just straight away work out those exponents, because whichever way that you do, it's acceptable and it will lead you to the same answer. So we've got 2 to the exponent, let's say into square root of x. I'll just explain that shortly. And again, which is equals to 2 to the exponent, let's see, 27. I just want to show you guys ways in which you can approach this question, and then from there I'll do the simplest method. So guys, remember with the previous question I've just shown you how to remove the square root. Okay, so that means when you remove the square root, you can just introduce a squared, and then it will square by removing that, and it will also square that too. So that means you'll have to square 27. Okay, so that is another way in which you can approach this question. So I just want to bring it to your attention that it might take a bit longer if you do it that way. But now I'm going to do the simplest method. So it doesn't necessarily mean this is the only method, but you can still apply the other method where I've just shown you the first step to that other method. So guys, remember 2 to the exponent x times x to the exponent 1 over 2 is the same as the whole of this, which is equals to 2 to the exponent 27. So guys, if you have square root of 3, okay, this thing is the same as 3 to the exponent half. If you've got 7, square root of 7 is the same as 7 to the exponent half. Okay, so this is the same thing, guys. It's one and the same thing. Okay, so if you've got, let's say for example, 3 to the exponent 2, this is the same as 2 to the exponent 1 over 3. So it's more like there's a 2 there which is not written. Okay, if you've got a square root of b, let's say 4 there, this is the same as b to the exponent 1 over 4. Okay, so just to make it practical and for you to be able to understand, the reason why when you've got square root of x, the reason why when you want to remove the square root, you introduce a square root, it's because this, as I've explained, is the same as x to the exponent 1. isn't it? That's what I've explained. So the reason why you multiply by 2 to remove that square root is because when you multiply by 2 is the same as x to the exponent 1 over 2 multiplied by 2. So these 2 cancels and you remain with x to the exponent 1. You remember from the basic rules, x to the exponent 1 is the same as x. And remember, if this was equated to something, then that's where you would introduce a squared on both sides of the equation, just like we did with the previous equation. Okay, so now guys, I'm glad we had this question. So remember, from time to time I'm going to refer to the basic rules that I've done today. So because we are multiplying the same basis, and remember there it's 1 even though it's not written, so this thing is more like it's 2 to the power 1 multiplied by x to the power half, which is equated to 2 to the exponent 27. So you remember that rule where they say I think it was a to the exponent m times a to the exponent n, it's equals to a to the exponent m plus n. Why? Because the bases are the same, so you can just write a and then you add the exponents. Okay, so we're going to apply the same rule even on this question. So it's more like we're going to add 1.5. So 2 to the exponent x, what is 1 plus a half, guys? This is 1.5, isn't it? 1.5 is the same as 3 over 2, isn't it? You can just punch this on a calculator and see what you get. You'll get 1,5 or 3 over 2. So that means 1 plus half is the same as 3 over 2. Okay, which is equals to, obviously this remains the same throughout. So guys, I hope you do understand what I'm doing there, or what I'm doing here. Otherwise, if you don't understand, I would encourage you to watch the lesson that I've done today at 1 o'clock. That's when you will have a full understanding of exactly what I'm doing here. So guys, because the bases are the same, I can just drop them and focus on the exponents. So that means x to the exponent 3 over 2 is equals to 27. I hope you agree with me on that one. So now, because I'm solving for x, guys, I want to remove that exponent. So that exponent is 3 over 2. So I can just multiply by 2 over 3. So remember, what I do on the left, I also do on the right. So that means it's 27 to the exponent 2 over 3. Okay, so guys, this cancels, I'm remaining with x, which is equals to 27 to the exponent 2 over 3. So now this is where you can just pull out your calculator and punch 27 to the exponent 2 divided by 3. So the answer that I'm getting is 9, guys. I'm not sure if you are able to see, but I can just explain to you exactly what you're supposed to do. You just punch on a calculator 2 to the exponent. You can even put it in brackets into 2 divided by 3 close. You should get your answer as 9. Okay, so guys, I've spent a lot of time on this question, not necessarily because it's worth that time. It's because I had to explain all of that I've explained so that you're able to understand how to arrive at that final answer. So without any waste of time, I'm going to show you exactly where you score marks. Okay, so your first mark, guys, so your first mark comes from that step. They can give you a mark from that step. Remember, this question is allocated 4 marks. Okay, so the second mark, they'll just give it to you for dropping for dropping those bases and bringing the exponents, or just for equating the exponents. It tells that you understand those basic rules, that when you've got the same basis, you can just drop the exponents and equate the exponents. Okay, so the other step, guys, you get it by just multiplying by the reciprocal of that exponent. The reciprocal is just you swapping the positions. You swap the denominator and what is it, the numerator. I think this is the numerator and this is the denominator. You can just confirm that for me. I forgot which one it is. So guys, your 4th mark comes from that final answer, which is 9. So this is how you score your 4 marks, guys. So with all of this step, it's more like I was just trying to explain to you how you get to this final answer. Okay, so guys, let's make use of this opportunity to just have a glass of water, and then from there we'll continue with the next question. So guys, I hope you are ready for the next